pretty people. If you are a pretty person, that just means we crown our people over here. We celebrate, collaborate, and create great relationships. Hashtag pretty people. So you guys are my pretty people. Yes, it's Friday. Yes. So what that means for me is work day. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, you get your grind on. You are supposed to be putting the metal to the pedal if you have a business. Yes, you are working Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Now, everybody else who works 9 to 5 and you take off on the weekend, okay. But yes, if you are an entrepreneur, no ma'am, it's going down. So yes, let me see all the entrepreneurs. If you are an entrepreneur, give me a high five. Bam, bam, you working Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Give me a high five. Bam, bam. Yes, hashtag pretty people. Yvonne in the building. Yes, let me know. I want to see all your beautiful faces on this Friday. So I went to work out earlier today. Had a long morning already. I had some sushi for lunch, and I didn't even eat it all. And so I'm eating a salad later on today. So yes, high five. Yes, boom, boom, boom. If you are an entrepreneur, Laura's in the building. Pop, 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 pop. Yes, you working Friday, Saturday, Sunday. This is grind time. So I don't know about these people who take off on the weekend. I don't know if you are building a business. It might be a little hobby. It might be a little side something when you feel like it. That's the people that's interested and not committed. Everybody that's committed to their businesses, they're working Friday, Saturday, and Sunday because you're committed, right? You got a dream that you have to fulfill, right? Everybody else, if you're not working, you're just interested. You're interested in building a business. You're interested. When you're committed, yes, Miss Tar is in the building. High five if you got a business. Bam, bam, bam. Yes, if you're committed, you are in it to win it. You don't care what day of the week it is. You are getting customers, clients. You're enrolling new people. Like you're still working hard because guess what? The people that are traditionally just work 9 to 5. They did their job, which is great, which is probably a lot of you. You have an opportunity to talk to all those people. So for me, I'm like, this is the perfect time to share what I'm doing so they don't have to do that if they don't want to do that. So we all have choices. Now, if you love what you do, you're a nurse, you're a teacher, you're a police officer, you are whatever, and you love it, we need you in that capacity. Yes or yes. But never hurts to have multiple streams of income. Multiple streams of income. If you have not heard the news, if we're in like a recession or depression or whatever it might be, this is the perfect time if you're in network marketing and direct sales. And so I just believe if you have a business where you can offer an opportunity, you're at the right place at the right time. It's perfect, okay? Because people are open to the possibilities. And so it's your job to share. It's not your job to convince and to run behind people and all that. It's your job to share because guess what? Somebody shared it with you. But the reason it's important right now, because jobs are shutting down, people are getting laid off, right? Companies are downsizing, and you have an opportunity that you could share. And so if I were you, I would be sharing every day, all day, every day, every day, all day, sharing my opportunity. So if you're joining me for the first time, hold on. I forget to do this on TikTok, but it reminds me to slide to the left. So a finger comes up like you need to slide to the left. So hold on. In order for me to do that, I got to come over here and slide. Okay. All right. So yeah, and it allows you to see if someone's saying something silly, like this person here. I'm going to have to remove you from the broadcast because this is only for the pretty people, and that means you have to be positive. And so if you don't have that type of energy, you might not be my peoples. You might not be my people. And so we may have to remove you because I don't tolerate that type of language because I have no idea what you're speaking about. So this is only motivation, inspiration, and business tips. So if you're contributing to that conversation, then great. If not, oh my gosh, bye-bye, okay? Bye-bye. Yes, bye-bye. No, I actually have over here Facebook and Instagram. There's hundreds of people. So yes, you must be referring to TikTok. So yes, do me a favor. Bye-bye. So yes. So let me remove this person real fast, you guys. So I know somebody like just remove them. I I know it happens. You know, it really only happens really on it really only happens on TikTok. So I always assume it's a child. There's not an adult that behaves that way, in my opinion. It's usually a child or someone less experienced, because typically somebody of your caliber wouldn't do that, right? Hold on one second. Hold on. See, this is hold on. So it's always interesting. Hold on. Manage block. Bye bye. I know, messing up y'all quick lunch and learn. Trina in the building. Okay, I got it now. I got the button. I'm like, hold on, let me find out where it is. And so, because I never have to really block a lot of people because just the energy that I put out, I don't usually attract. So typically it's a child. I would like to believe that. I would hate to believe it's somebody like 30, 40 years old or 50 years old. Okay, speaking like that, that's interesting. So yes, anyway, I'm Jerusha Wiggins, a motivational speaker, radio personality, and business coach in the direct sales business. And I help people start a business with me in my personal organization. And that's fine. That's fine. That is totally fine. Okay. And so I help people build their businesses online and offline. I create what I call double threats. So if you want to be a double threat, hashtag double threat if you want to be a double threat, because you are my big boss. So I'm currently developing like 100 online leaders to do what I do in my personal organization. So I'm excited to be here. Just want to share with you some things. Yesterday, I talked about attitude. Your attitude determines your altitude. And I also really discussed the day before. If you missed my training on Wednesday, if you're not a part of my business group, you should be. Because in that group, every Wednesday night at 8 p.m. Eastern time, I shared the power hour, what you should be doing in a power hour, how you should be maximizing your time. So I'll tell you, I went to get a salad, and the line was so long, but I was like, okay, this is what I want, so I'll just wait. And so I'm going to show you why, you have to be thinking and have on your entrepreneur cap at all times. So the lady said, hey, it's not ready, but we'll be ready in the next 15, 20 minutes. I was like, okay, that's fine. Guess what I did in that 15 minutes? If anybody can guess, what did I do in that? I could have walked around the store, the restaurant. I could have went outside. I could have done all of those things, right? I could have jumped on the phone, chit-chatting with a girlfriend or chit-chatting with whomever. I could have done that. But what I chose to do was I was like, oh, let me set my alarm for this. That's right, IPA, income producing activity time. Immediately, when she said 15, 20 minutes, immediately I was like, oh, I got 15 minutes to prospect. I got 15 minutes to start new conversations. I have 15 minutes to jump on social media and comment and love and like. I got 15 minutes. And so as I'm standing there, there's some girls in front of me talking. There's a family behind me, and they have 2 kids, and they're like doing their thing. And I'm just like messaging. I'm like, boom, boom, boom. I'm messaging so quickly in that 15 minutes. I don't need to, I'm like, boom, boom. I'm messaging. I'm doing an income producing activity because I do have time. Most people, what they would say is, well, I had to go to lunch and, well, you were waiting, you were doing nothing. So when you were waiting at the doctor's office, you had time. If you're waiting for anything to happen, a show to start, whatever, that was a time that you could have been implementing an income producing activity. I don't have 15 minutes, 20 minutes to waste, right? If you're building a legacy, if you're building an empire, if you're serious and committed to your business, you're thinking about that business all the time. Like your mind is programmed to be like, okay, well, this is good. All right, I'm going to do this. Oh, okay, I could be creating an email. I got to send out an email to all that has already registered for the 3-day ride, which is my business course. It starts Tuesday. If you have not registered for the ride, might be a good time to register for the ride. And so I was like, oh, I got to put this email together for the ones that have already registered. So that goes out. If they are part of the VIP, I need to put that email together as well. So I'm always thinking, looking at my to-do list, because I have a list of things that I need to cover throughout the day. I'm like, boom, that's check. And I actually, business tip, I put a check mark by my stuff. It's something about a check mark, and it's a green check mark too. And so I put a check mark when I've completed something on LinkedIn. And I use an app, but I do the little check mark beside it. And I time block on the app. And so I just took that 15, 20 minutes that I was waiting for the salad to be prepared, and I started prospecting. Guess what happens? Before the lady even gets to me, because two people are in front of me, I've already got 3 responses. You have time. It's those moments that you're just doing nothing. Your brain needs to be retrained. And thinking about, if you're writing a book, same thing. You could start taking notes, or writing 2 or 3 sentences, whatever it is. If you're creating a nonprofit and you need to learn the legalities of that, you should be on Google listening to, okay, this is what I need to do for this nonprofit. That 15 minutes should be spent. It should be spent enhancing your abilities to change the world. That 15, 20 minutes, every moment throughout the day. If I have this cell phone, we got the whole wide world in our hand. If I have this cell phone in my hand, I'm working. You best believe it, I'm working. Now, do I have downtime? Because somebody's going to say, but I'm tired. I work 9 to 5 and you don't. I get it. Okay, I have time where I say, okay, well, I told you I worked out. So I worked out today. You shut it off. I worked out for an entire hour. I'm not on my phone at that time. I went to have lunch, right? I went to pick up lunch, right, with my son. At that time, we was just standing there in line. And so you have moments where if you're going to the movies, or if you are, whatever you do on Friday, I don't know what you do on Friday, but yes, you block that time for your family. I'm big on family first, right? Well, God first, family second, career third. So I'm big on spending time with your loved ones, because that's what it's about, right? Making memories. But you can time block that too. And so it doesn't have to be announced. Hey guys, we got 2 hours. You know that you're on a time block, right? So I'll tell you the mistake that I made earlier on in my business when I was taught to time block. Earlier on, I would say it because I didn't know you don't say it. I just was like telling everybody in the family, listen, we got 1 hour to do this. We got 1 hour to do this. And so I didn't know that you don't have to share that with them. You know, in your app, or however if you write it down, you know what you need to be doing in that time. And the good thing is it can be adjusted, but I wouldn't get in the habit of adjusting every single hour that you're supposed to be creating income. Okay. So you don't want to get in the habit where I just can change it. You really want to stick to the schedule that you provided for yourself, unless, you just don't have a plan. And if you don't have a plan, you work for somebody who has a plan, guaranteed. Now, is this helpful? Is this helpful? So yes. And then of course, by the time she was able to take my order, that's fine. I had already spoken to, because I believe, write this down. Here's a business tip. I believe you can start a conversation in 1 minute. So 1 minute per person. So in that time frame, right, I spoke to 17 people, right? Because I'm pretty fast now. I'm really good. Okay. So with you, on average, you should be talking to at least one person. I mean, starting the conversation. I'm not talking about a follow-up. A follow-up will take longer. A follow-up is still not 5 minutes, but it's certainly not 1 minute, because you got to read the previous message. You got to remember where you are to follow up with that person, right? And so, but I'm saying starting conversations. So you can start conversations all throughout the day, because you already know what your first message is. You already know what your first conversation starter is, or you should know. If you don't know, you need to take the 3-day ride, because I give you the actual scripts for the first conversation, the second conversation, the third conversation, the fourth conversation, the fifth. Like, it's in order, and all you have to do is input it in your whatever you're using. If you're using Scipio, I don't know, whatever you're using, or if you're doing it manually. You put the first message, the person responds. You put the second message, the person responds. And this way, you don't even have to think. Like, I'm not even thinking when I do the first message, because it's a non-thinking activity. I'm not wasting any breath. It's nothing to think about. I know what my first message is. And everybody is receiving the first message, right? And so you should have it where it's already kind of automated in your phone. And if you don't know those systems that do it, I share it in the 3-day ride. So if you don't have that, every phone can do it. And there's an app that can do it, where it's already pre-programmed to put it in there. And so those are the types of things that we need to learn to make our time more useful, more effective, and we're seeing results. A lot of times when I'm speaking to someone and I'm like, well, how long did it take you to talk to 5 people? And they say, it took me an hour. There's no way it took you an hour to talk to 5 people. It should have took you 5 minutes. 5 minutes to start a conversation, because how long does it take for you to do 2 or 3 sentences? It shouldn't take that long, right? And so how many of you are having problems starting conversations? I just want to know. Yes, I do. Put in the chat, me, if you're having problems starting a conversation. Yes or yes? Okay, yes. Okay, Lashani is, okay, great. Who else? So you've got to become a professional conversation starter. You've got to become a professional conversation starter. And so when you start a lot of conversations, it will boost your confidence. It will. You're the CEO of your own business. You should be able to talk to people online and offline. That's why I create Double Threats. I was standing there, true story, waiting for her to call my name. Another young lady, she was already there or whatever. So by the time I got up there, she said, oh, what are you getting? And I told her I was getting a salad. And she said, oh, that looks so good. I might come back and get a salad, right? But she was already getting something else. And so I said, yeah, their salads are really good. And so she said, but I got to go to work. Now, you know what I'm thinking. Where do you work? You guys, she asked me about the salad. Like, oh, what type of salads? And I'm just like, this is where you start conversations, right? And so I said, so where do you work? She said, because I got to go to work. I said, so where do you work? She said she works at the Marriott. Okay. And so I'm like, oh, well, what do you do for the Marriott? And she works at the front desk of the Marriott. I said, okay. I said, do you love it? Now, usually when you ask somebody, do they love it? Most people are like, I don't love it. Now, it's okay. You pay the bills. There's very few people, like you're a teacher, you love it. You got the kids. You're like, I love it. I'm a teacher. If you teach Sunday school, you love it. You're like, I'm a Sunday school. Now, I'm not talking about that, right? And so if you're a nurse and you save lives, you love it. Not those jobs, okay? The average person will say, it's okay. You know, I like it. I went to school for it. Or they'll say, you know, I'm good at it. No, I said, do you love it? That's what I said. I purposely use that word. Do you love it? And she's like, I don't love it, but, you know, it pays the bills. I said, you know what? I train and teach women how to run their businesses online and offline. I'm creating what I call double threats. And so let me give you my business card. Now, I give her a digital business card. I said, what's your name? So she says her name. And then I said, well, I'm Jerusha. I'm going to text you my digital business card. We're still standing in line, still income producing activity. This is going to be worth my while. So I said, okay, perfect. I'm going to text you my digital business card. And so what number is that? 404. So our area codes are like 404, 708, 678, in Georgia. And so I start off with 404 because I know if it's different from what I'm saying, this is your business tip. If it's different from what I'm saying, she's going to correct me anyway, right? And so even if it's not one from Georgia, because we know you have all people that move into the city. And so I'm like, is that 404? Now, I'm already in my phone texting. I'm not saying, do you mind? Do you mind if I give you my card? Do you? I'm not saying any of that. This transaction is happening. I'm in motion. And what that looks like to her is, oh, okay, whatever she's doing, she seems very confident. And mind you, I'm in workout clothes because I just said I came from working out. So I went to get the salad after I worked out. So I was like, you know, I had on sunglasses and everything, and I had on workout gear. So it's not like I was, you know, dressed to the nines or anything. And so this is me. This is how you call me. And I say, I just came from the park. And so where we were, she's like, oh, okay. And so she gives me her number. She says, no, it's 708, whatever. And so boom, I text her my digital business card. You should always have that readily available somewhere on the front of your phone. You're not going through your apps trying to find it. You don't know where it is. If it's in your gallery because you created it, if you don't know about this, you should take the 3-day ride because I also give the apps and things in the 3-day rides. So if you have it someplace, it still needs to be on your phone where you can easily access it. And then you're able to text it to the person. And so she got it. I verify they receive it because people could give you a wrong number. Very few people do. They just say, no, thank you. They're not interested. but people could. And so I get to say, she was still standing there. Did you get it? She looked, she was like, okay, yeah, that's you. I'm like, that's me. So not only, so this is what's going to happen. Business tip. Not only did she get a digital business card, but on that digital card, it has my Instagram, my TikTok, my Facebook, my YouTube, my link tree. It has it. Guess what I know you're going to do? You are going to tap the button. You're going to go to the Instagram. You're going to go to the Facebook. She could be watching right now. Who knows? I know that you're going to do that. So I want you to, because this way, by the time I speak with you, you would have gotten an idea of who you could be working with. If you don't like it, we won't be working together. If you like it, we might be working together, whether that's a customer, a client, or promoter, or a team member, whatever. And so that's how you make time. Stop saying you don't have the time. That's how you make the time. And so now, of course, she said she was on her way to work. So I don't need to talk to her right now. I know she's on her way to work or at work at this point, right? So I will definitely follow back up with her in a text to schedule, some conversation back and forth. But that is how you would do it. And you, every day of your life, you see somebody with skin and you see somebody you could talk to. Every day you're seeing people that you could talk to. What happens is you're not confident enough to make that transaction. And we want to build that confidence because you got a great business or a great product or insurance services or financial services. I don't know what you have. That's how you do it. That's how I'm able to build online and offline. It doesn't matter where I am. If I want to talk to you, I know how to conversate to make that happen. And we want everybody to be able to do that. Does that sound like something you want? Yes or yes? Yes, 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 yes. So if you want to change, this requires you to be uncomfortable. I can tell you now, this is not for the faint at heart. If you are not ready for this type of training, right? It could be 100% online. 95% of it that I do is online because I'm not usually going to meet people out and about. But if you're in my circle, like she was standing right next to me, I'm probably will talk to you, right? And it was an easy flow. I wasn't acting weird and like, oh, should I ask her? I wasn't, it's just, you're just being human. Like, don't be somebody else. Just be you, whatever that looks like. Just be human. Just ask a major question. Well, what do you do professionally? Professional conversation started. Yes. What do you do professionally? Well, where do you work? Those are basic conversations. And so people don't usually get offended. How dare you ask me what I do professionally? No one really does that. And if someone acts that way, you don't want them anyway, right? If you are just like, oh, okay, you're on your way to work. Well, where do you work? What do you do? And they're like, oh, I don't know you. No one's going to do that unless you're acting weird. So for the most part, people are very open, particularly women. Men too are very open, especially if they've earned their title and they're proud of their title and they feel like, they're at a certain level of success. They are going to tell you. I'm telling you what I know for sure. She wants to tell you she's a pharmacist. She wants to tell you. She want to tell you, oh, I'm a principal at a high school. She want to tell you. So that's great that you're able to say one line. Well, tell me, you look professional. What do you do professionally? Or what do you do for a living? Or what industry are you in? Those are starter conversations. Those are starter questions that everybody pretty much, let me not say everybody, because somebody is going to try to dispute me. So most people answer. And then they may say, I'm a bartender. Why? But they already answered, right? They may say, I'm a teacher. Why? I'm a teacher. Why do you want to know? I'm a counselor. Why do you want to know? Great. You already know what they're doing for a living. And whatever they're doing, whatever your opportunity is, you can offer something. And I'm not sitting there. She doesn't even know what I do. Now, she can certainly go to Instagram and Facebook and she can see, because I say it every time, right? But I didn't have to tell her, I'm in this business. I'm a top producer. I've earned cars and trips and diamonds. I didn't have to say any of those things. I didn't have to say a company name. I didn't have to say any of that. I'm Jerusha first. I am a person first. And that is who she's going to be working with, the person, if she chooses. So I'm only talking and marketing me first. So therefore, I get to say, oh, I'm Jerusha. And she told me her name. I'm like, great. I'll contact you, another time, because she's working till 11 or 12 tonight or something, she said. So see, I got all that information in that short period of time. So by the time the lady finished my order, I was like, okay, she was in front of me. So she was like, all right, talk to you later. I'm like, have a good day at work. We'll chat. The end. If you're feeling like, well, I'm not that friendly. I'm actually not that friendly either. But when it comes to my business, when it comes to me leaving a legacy for my boys, I get very bold. I get very confident. And that comes from somewhere, right? The courage comes from somewhere because I want it bad enough. So typically, if I'm at, like, you invite me to your cookout, I'm not that person that's like, whoop, 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 because I don't know anybody yet, right? But if you are at my family event and my cousins is having a cookout, I'm that person because I'm very comfortable with them. So you don't have to be an extrovert, because I know someone's going to say that. You know what? Most millionaires and billionaires are introverts. So if you are an introvert, you actually have the advantage, because when they see somebody like me, they're kind of scared. Like if I start talking like I'm loud, some people leave because it's so loud. They're not my people. That's okay, right? So, but with you, with your soft-spoken self, and you with your silent self, right? You're going to attract more people than me, really, because you're more like them, because it's more introverts than extroverts. And so if you look at all of the top billionaires, they're all introverts anyway. And so I am just telling you, it doesn't matter about your personality. It matters about what you believe. What's your belief system? What's your BS? What's your belief system? Okay. What's your BS? Okay. You know what it is, right? So your belief system, if you believe in the thing that you have, right? Now, this is interesting. I was watching Muhammad Ali, and I'm gonna let you guys go. The show, the movie or whatever that Will Smith did. Muhammad Ali said he was the greatest before he knew he was. You need to start saying that to yourself. I'm a professional conversation starter. Even though you're not there yet, I'm a professional conversation starter. He said, don't wait for the world to recognize your greatness. Live it and let the world catch up to you. Live it. So every day I'm living it, as I've already helped 100 women change their lives. 100 women start a business with me. 100, I'm already living it as if it's already happening, right? So let the world catch up with you. You don't owe anyone any explanation. So you want to write a book, start today. You want to flip houses, girl, start today. You want to start a business and you know you should have started a long time ago, start today. You want to write a song, start today. You have to, want to race horses, I don't know. Start today. It starts in your mind that you are the greatest. That's where it starts. Decide today who you want to be. Envy is ignorance. Imitation is suicide. And so you have to be yourself. Okay. Truth. Yes. True story. True story. So trust yourself. Trust yourself. Think for yourself. Act for yourself. It's your business. Speak for yourself. Be yourself, because imitation is suicide. I need you to be you. I can only be me. I'm only going to attract those people who are like me in a way. Like there's something that is connecting us, right? That you are watching this broadcast every day, 1:30 for a quick lunch and learn. And so whether you're just getting value or whatever it is, there's a connection. And so I appreciate you. If this was helpful, #helpful. And as always, you got to share the broadcast. Tag two people, share the broadcast. When I share, you share. That's how we change the world. Knowledge is the new rich. Knowledge is the new rich. Arm yourselves with it. I certainly appreciate you. Hopefully, yes, I got all the high fives who's working Friday, Saturday, Sunday. All the entrepreneurs that are committed, they're working. They're working this weekend. It's going down. Yes. If this is helpful, #helpful. Hallelujah. Yes. So that's how you do it. And if you want more of this goodness, I strongly suggest you take the 3-day ride. The ride starts on Tuesday, and I help you find your ideal prospects. I don't want you posting and praying. I don't want you posting to everybody, getting nobody. And so how to start those conversations and converting those conversations. I can have 100,000 people, but if I'm not converting them, I just have 100,000 people. So we want to be able to start those conversations. They're purchasing your thing. They're actually taking your course, or they're starting in your organization. So #3-day ride, or the link is in the bio. If you want to get started, I did include a VIP because some people were asking me for private coaching. And so the only way that I could do it is to do it this way. So I am offering a VIP 30 days one-on-one with me. Yes, I know, starting July 6th, I think it is, through August 6th, 30 days one-on-one. I mean, we're talking every single day for 30 days in the VIP session. And so once you take the 3-day ride, you'll be able to see it's an additional cost, but that 30 days is well worth it because actually it costs more than that if we're doing like a one-on-one forever, like 6 months. And so I just wanted to offer it because I got some people that have taken the 3-day ride and I wanted to do something more intimate with those people. And so if you've taken the 3-day ride at least 1 or 2 times, you can invite 2 people and then you get to take the ride too. I know, girl, I know. So I'm trying to help you get there. Just understand my time is valuable. And I just don't want, and because if you give somebody something for free, they take it for granted anyway. And so you have to decide how bad do you want it? And if you want to invest in yourself, and if you're tired of the situation you're currently in, I'm happy to, share with you everything that I know. I only share what I know for sure and the results that I've gotten. And so everyone that has taken the 3-day ride, I've gotten great testimonials and I've shared them with you guys. So if you follow my stories or whatever, I've shared them with you because that's what you need to see, that other people are seeing success, right? Yes or yes. And then it's 100% guaranteed. So when anybody puts 100% guaranteed on that stuff, they know it's good. And so hopefully that helps you. Hashtag, yes, hey, Danielle. Hashtag 3-day ride. Knowledge is the new rich. Yes. I love it. So I'll see you on tomorrow, Saturday. Yes, because I'm live every day, another 90-day sprints on TikTok. So I will be live. So if you're not following me on TikTok, that's where I'll be on Saturday. And then I'll see the rest of you who've already registered. You should be receiving the emails and getting in that group this weekend. You'll get some information about the 3-day ride. We start on Tuesday the 14th. Isn't Tuesday the 14th? Is it? Yes, because today is what? The 10th? No, not Tuesday. What's the 14th? Okay, whatever day the 14th is. 14th, 15th, and 16th. And so we will be on the ride. It's the ride of your life. Buckle up, beautiful, and enjoy the ride. I'm Jerusha, and I'll see you on the page. Bam, 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 bam.